All right, practice quiz. Graph the points on the coordinate plane. A is 3, 5. So A needs to be right above 3. This is our x-axis. This is our y-axis. So it needs to be right above 3 on the x and right across from 5 on the y. So that's point A. B, -2, 1. So -2 for x, right above -2, right across from 1. There's B. C is -4, -1. So below -4, there we go. Under -4 for x, across from -1 for y. And our last is 0, 5. So on the y-axis, if x is 0, it's on the y-axis, and 5 for y, that's D. Problem number 2, give the coordinates. So point A is right here above -5 and across from 2. Point B is above 3 and across from 4. Point C is on the y-axis. So the x-coordinate is 0 because I'm above 0 on the x-axis, and -3 for the y. D is below 2 on the x-axis, across from, excuse me, excuse me again, -5 on the y-axis. There we go. All right. What is the slope of a line that passes through the point -3, 5 and 1, -1? Well, let's make a table. To find the slope, I need the change in y over the change in x. And if I put this point on a table, -3 is the x, 5 is the y, 1 is the x, -1 is the y. The change from 5 to -1, that's a decrease. -1 is a smaller number than 5, so I lost something. I have less than I had before. End minus start, -1 minus 5 is -1 plus -5, which is -6. So the change in y is -6. Change in x from -3 to 1, that's a positive change, because -3 is a smaller number than 1. End minus start, 1 minus -3 is the same as 1 plus the opposite of -3, which is 1 plus 3. So the change is a +4. So the slope of the line is going to be the change in y, -6, divided by the change in x, +4, and that simplifies to -3/2, which is our answer. All right. The slope here, you could do the same thing we did here and make a table with the points, but you can also just use the graph here. So if I'm going to go straight up from this point, I'm going to go up 2. 1, 2. So that's my rise. The change in y is 2. And then I need to go over, straight over until I get back to my line. How far did I go? I can just count boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the change in x is a +8. So the change in y over the change in x is 2 over 8, which simplifies to 1/4. So the slope is 1/4. The y-intercept, I'm going to drag my finger down the y-axis until it hits the line. It hits it right there. So the y-intercept is going to be 0, -2, because that is -2 on the y-axis. All right, let's solve this problem. To solve it, we need to get x by itself. Let's check how many terms we have. 2 terms, 1 on this side, 1 on this side. One of the terms has a denominator, which I'm not a huge fan of. So I'm just going to get rid of that denominator by multiplying that same number by both sides. So 4 in the numerator and 4 in the denominator cancel each other out. And so I'm left with 3x is equal to 36. Divide both sides by 3. And x is equal to 20. Is x equal to 12. 3 into 36. 3 goes into 3 once. Nothing left over. 3 goes into 6 twice. Nothing left over. So 3 divided by 36 is 12. All right, problem number 8. So the first thing we're going to do is rewrite it without subtraction. So 2 times 3 plus negative 2x is equal to 5x plus negative 3. And I'm going to circle my terms. Negative 3 is a term, 5 positive x's is a term. These two terms, 3 and negative 2x, are being held together by the parentheses. And there's no plus sign between the parentheses and the 2. So there's nothing to separate these as two separate terms. This is all one term. Okay, whenever I see a giant term like that, I think distributive property. So I'm going to multiply the number in front, the 2, times each term inside. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. And that is equal to 5x plus negative 3. All right, I can circle my terms again. I got 6 positive 1s, 4 negative x's, 5 positive x's, and 3 negative 1s. Oh, I've got x's on both sides. That's no good. So let's add 4x to both sides, because 4 positive x's will eliminate 4 negative x's, and I won't have any 1s on this side at all, or any x's, just 6 1s. 5 x's plus 4 x's is 9 x's altogether. All right, I got 2 terms on the side with my variable now. This term I'm going to keep because it's got the variable in it. This term I'm going to get rid of. I don't need that negative 3. Let's add a positive 3 to eliminate it. So I get 9x, these add to 0, is equal to 9. Divide both sides by 9, and x is equal to 1. That is your solution. All right, one more problem and we are done. Okay, Phil starts with $25 and then pays $4 for a latte at Starbucks every day. How much money does he have left? So there's 2 things I don't know. And there's a rate. Anytime I give you a table, you know there's a rate in there. Go find it. The rate is $4 for a latte every day. So before the every is $4 for a latte. After the every is days. So days is after, $4 is before. So when I'm filling out my table, I could start with 0. And for 0 days, he still has his $25. So X is days. And Y is the amount of money left, because that's what they asked us for. They asked us how much money does he have left, because he is losing money to those lattes. After 1 day, we're going to take $4 away from his 25 to pay for that latte we know he's going to buy. After 2 days, he loses another $4 and he's down to 17. After 3 days, he loses another $4 and he's at 13. All right, so the expression, we started with the 25. After 1 day, we subtracted 1 group of 4. 2 days, we subtracted 2 groups of 4. So 2 times -4 is 2 groups of -4. 3 days, we're going to subtract 1, 2, 3 groups of -4, which means for X days, it's going to be -4 times X. X groups of -4 being subtracted from the 25. 1 for each number of days. So the equation, Y, the amount of money he has left, is going to be equal to the $25 he started with plus a reduction of 4 for every day, because he gets a latte every day. All right, up here, I don't know why I have it twice, but if you want to put days here and dollars left, that's great. X is days, and this is our X-axis. So I'm going to label the X-axis with days. Y is money left. So I'm going to label the y-axis with money left. Here's 0, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to need to count by fives. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Let's use blue. So this point right here, 0, 25. I go to 0 on X and I go up to 25 for Y. That's a point on my line. 1, 21. I go over to 1. I go up to 21, which is going to be right above 20. That's a point on my line. 2, 17. I go over to 2. I go up to 17. Well, that's 15. 17 is a little less than halfway. And 3, 13. So over to 3 and then up to 13, which is a little bit below 15. All right, so there's my points. I'm gonna grab a line. You should grab a ruler, put that ruler right on top and draw a line through the points. And there you go. There's your graph, your table, your equation. You're all set. I hope that you understood this. If you have any questions, please come to office hours, and I hope you do great on the quiz.